Hey, it's Daisy here, and I'll be showing you how we made our window. So to begin, we started by interpreting our scale drawing and marking measurements of each piece of timber. We chose timber for this task because it's strong for framing and relatively cheap to use, meaning it's good for structures like windows. We then began to roughly cut the wood to size using a tenon saw. This saw is ideal for this, as it has support on the back of the saw, which means it cuts straight lines, which is needed for a set piece like a window. Me and Emma decided to split up the tasks, so while she was focusing on the outer frame, I completed the half lap joint. After cutting the piece of wood down further, I marked out where the half lap joint was going to go using a set square and a marking gauge. Cutting the piece of wood in half correctly is important, as otherwise it won't line up with the outer frame, which will cause problems when putting the window together and placing it within the set. And I bet you never saw what was coming next. I'm the funniest person ever, I know. I cut down the half lap joints and then used a mallet and chisel on each side to knock out the wood to create the half lap joint. I repeated this entire process on another piece of timber and then began constructing the joint. Using a drill, I formed 2 holes in the piece of timber, and then using an impact driver I inserted 2 screws to create the finished joint. Me and Emma then worked together to construct the window. As it consisted of butt joints, we used corner clamps to keep the pieces in place and then used the drill and impact driver to insert the screws. We also ensured that the half lap joint and centre framing was put into place during this. Finally, we painted the window white, as that was the set designer's request, and then we were finished.